Okay. You want me to go ahead and live stream now?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. I'd like to say good afternoon to everyone. And we're going to continue reading the book of Enoch. First, I'd like to say a few things, though, and that is that the book of Enoch is not gospel. And it's a book, it's a history book that, of course, Enoch is mentioned in the Bible 3 or 4 times, but it's not the gospel. Only Jesus Christ is what matters, and the word of the living God. So, like I said, it's just a reading. And so a little bit about it is Enoch supposedly wrote this book, which is very, very, very old. And there's different versions out, and the one we are reading are the one from the Ethiopian one. And it's supposedly a lost book of Enoch. And in the Dead Sea Scrolls, they had found fragments of the book of Enoch, as a lot of y'all already know, and a lot of other books. So here in this book, Enoch says that the angels and the Lord had showed him about the coming of the flood, about the fallen angels, their names, and then future towards the end times and what's going to happen. So we're going to continue reading right now, and this is on page 110 of the book of Enoch, and it's called The Law of the Stars. So here we go. So, blessed are all the righteous. Blessed are all those who walk in the way of righteousness and do not sin like the sinners. In the numbering of all their days in which the sun journeys in heaven, coming in and out through the gates of heaven for 30 days, with the leaders of the thousands of the order of the stars, and with the 4 which are added and divided between the 4 seasons of the year, which lead them and appear with them on 4 days. Because of them, men go wrong, and they do not reckon them in the reckoning of the whole year. For men go wrong in respect of them and do not know them exactly. For they belong in the reckoning of the year and are truly recorded forever. One in the first gate, and one in the third, and one in the fourth, and one in the sixth. And the year is completed in 364 days. An account of it is true. I'm sorry, y'all. And the account of it is true. And the recorded reckoning of it is exact. For the lights and the months and the feasts and the years and the days, Uriel showed me and inspired me. He to whom the Lord of the whole created world gave commands about the hosts of heaven for me. I'm going to interrupt there. Uriel, if you have not been with us, is one of the angels that was with Michael and Gabriel. Okay, 82.8. And he has power in heaven over night and day to cause a light to shine on men, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and all the powers of heaven which rotate in their orbits. And this is the law of the stars, which set in their places at their times and at their feasts and in their months. And these are the names of those who lead them, who keep watch, so that they appear at their times and in their orders, and in their months, and in the periods of rule, and in their positions. There are 4 leaders who divided the 4 parts of the year appear first, and after them the 12 leaders of the orders who divided the months and the years into 364 days, with the heads over thousands, who separate the days, and for the 4 days they are added to them. They are the leaders who separate the 4 parts of the year. And as for these heads over thousands, one is added between the leader and the led, but their leaders make the separation. And these are the names of the leaders who separate the 4 appointed parts of the year: Melchiel, Halamekel, Melial, and Neril. And the names of those whom they lead: Adnarel, Iasuasael, Ilumiel. These 3 follow behind the leaders of the orders, and all follow behind the 3 leaders of the orders, who follow behind those leaders of position, who separate the parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Melchiel rises first and rules, who is called the southern sun, and all the days of his period during which he rules are 91. And these are the signs of the days that are to be seen on the earth. In the days of his period of rule, sweat and heat and calm, and all trees bear fruit, and leaves appear on all the trees, and the wheat harvest, and rose flowers. And all the flowers bloom in the field, but the trees of winter are withheld. And these are the names of the leaders who are under them: Berkiel, Zelabasael, and another one who is added, a head over 1,000, named Heloyaseph. And the days of the period of rule of this one are complete. The secret leader after him is Helamelech, whom they call the shining sun, and all the days of his light are 99. And men gathering all the fruits of the earth. I'm sorry, I hate to stop, but can you hear me, Charlotte?
Yes, I can hear you. We're having for some reason or another, we can't go live.
Were we cut off?
No, we never was on.
Oh, on my phone it had said live, and then
It says live, it says preparing to go live. It says preparing to go live.
Okay, that's all right. We don't need to.
I'm gonna keep trying to go live, sister. While we're still recording for the YouTube.
Right.
I'm gonna continue to try to go live, but I don't know what the
I got a phone call and I thought it kicked me out. That's why I had to stop.
No, I can hear you. Just continue. Yes.
If you hear me stopping and you can't hear me, let me know.
I will sure do that.
Okay, thank you. So, let me go on to 82:19. And these are the signs of the days on the earth: heat and drought, and the trees bring their fruit to ripeness and the maturity, and make their fruit dry, and the sheep mate and become pregnant, and men gather all the fruits of the earth, and everything that is in the field, and the vats of wine, and these things occur in the days of the period of rule. And these are the names and the orders and the leaders of these heads over thousands: Gedaliah, Keel, and Heel. And the head over 1,000, who is added to them, is Asphael. And the days of his period of rule are complete. So that is a very short chapter. And we're going to go to Enoch's first vision. It's on page 114. And now, my son Methuselah, I will show you all the visions that I saw, recounting them before you. 2 visions I saw before I took a wife, and neither one was like the other. For the first time, when I learnt the art of writing, and for the second time, before I took your mother, I saw a terrible vision. And concerning this, I made supplication to the Lord. I had laid down in the house of my grandfather, Malaliel, when I was in a vision, and how heaven was thrown down and removed, and it fell upon the earth. And when it fell upon the earth, I saw how the earth was swallowed up in a great abyss, and mountains were suspended on mountains, and hills sank down upon hills. And tall trees were torn up by their roots, and were thrown down and sank into the abyss. And then speech fell into my mouth, and I raised my voice to cry out, and said, the earth is destroyed. And my grandfather, Malalil, roused me, since I lay near him, and said to me, why did you cry out so, my son? And why do you moan so? And I recounted to him the whole vision which I had seen. And he said to me, a terrible thing you have seen, my son. Your dream vision concerns the secrets of all the sin of the earth. It is bound to sink into the abyss and be utterly destroyed. And now, my son, rise and make supplication to the Lord, for you are faithful, that a remnant may be left on the earth, and that he may not wipe out the whole earth. My son from heaven, all this will come upon the earth, and upon the earth there will be a great destruction. And then I rose and prayed and made supplication, and wrote my prayer down for the generations of eternity. And I will show everything to you, my son Methuselah. And when I went out below and saw the sky and the sun rising in the east, and the moon setting in the west, and some stars in the whole earth, and everything as he knew it since the beginning, then I blessed the earth of judgment, and ascribed majesty to him. For he makes the sun come out from the windows of the east, so that it ascends and rises on the face of heaven, and follows the path which has been shown to it. And I raised my hand in righteousness, and I blessed the holy and great one, and I spoke with the breath of my mouth, and with the tongue of flesh, which God has made for men, born of flesh, so that they might speak with it. And he has given them breath, and a tongue, and a mouth, so that they might speak with them. Blessed are you, O Lord King, and great and powerful in your majesty, Lord of the whole creation of heaven, King of kings and God of the whole world. And your kingly authority and your sovereignty and your majesty will last forever and ever and ever, and your power for all generations. And all heavens are your home, are your throne, forever the whole earth, your footstool forever and ever and ever. For you make and you rule everything, and nothing is too hard for you, and no wisdom escapes you. It does not turn away from your throne, nor from your presence. And you know and see and hear everything, and nothing is hidden from you, for you see everything. And now the angels of your heaven are doing wrong, and your anger rests upon the flesh of men until the days of the great judgment. And now, O God, Lord and King, I entered and asked that you will fulfill my prayer to leave me a posterity on earth, and not wipe out all the flesh of men, and make the earth empty so that there is destruction forever. And now, my Lord, wipe out from the earth the flesh that has provoked your anger, but the flesh of the righteous and the upright establish as a seed-bearing plant forever. And do not hide your face from the prayer of your servant, O Lord. Okay, that is the end of that book. So, as Enoch, I believe, has seen the destruction of the earth, that's why he's praying and asking to spare his life.
Wow.
And Yes. So now, yeah, any comments or anything?
N-
No, nothing just yet.